friends are dead. No, I'm just kidding, they're probably fine. But they wouldn't have been had they been playing Friday the 13th for Nintendo Entertainment System. Oh, Friday the 13th, the video game for Nintendo Entertainment System. Where do we even begin? This game is one of those games that are so terrible that I can't help but love it in its own weird way. I've always been fascinated by the depiction of Purple and Blue Jason. He's great. Is there anything more hideous than this? Weird as it seems, he's transcended modern pop culture even today, and especially has become like this sub-thing for Friday the 13th fans. The game, published by LJN, is a whole other topic that's been covered multiple times on the internet. The most interesting thing I found out about its development cycle is that it was developed by Atlas, which is most commonly known for the Persona series these days. But what is it about Friday the 13th for an 8-bit Nintendo that makes it so memorable? Well, first off, for a kid's system, it was an R-rated horror film where you're supposed to get chopped up by Jason. Not only getting camp counselors killed left and right, but also the kids. That was pretty wild for back then. For starters, take a look at this cover. It's like a Hypercolor t-shirt threw up. It's pretty awesome and very 80s. The premise of the game is simple. You pick one of 6 camp counselors, each one's with different abilities and skills, and you have to go around the camp protecting the children against Jason Voorhees before either they all die or you all die. Conceptually, it's a pretty cool idea, if a little inappropriate for the Nintendo Entertainment System's friendly values. Of course, one of the biggest problems about this game is the mapping system. Just when you think you're going right, you find out that you're going counterclockwise on the map. I don't know why they decided that was great, or did they even care? But there you are, and it makes it very confusing to get around the map. You have to find secret passages, which they give zero indication where these things are. You have to make your way through dark woods and even darker caves. You might stumble across the lair of Jason Voorhees, where you'll find the disembodied head of his mother, Pamela, floating around, looking more like Medusa from Castlevania. But, you know, hey, you get the sweater, which will actually buy you a few extra hits in there. To win the game, you have to defeat Jason 3 times. Of course, with any good Friday the 13th, that one question remains. Or do you? ... question mark? There's a few pluses and minuses about this game. Obviously, there are minuses in the form that the controls are a little weird, the mapping system is busted, but I actually like the music in this. It's got a nice little catchy beat to it, although the original running around theme is pretty repetitive. It cycles through like within 3 seconds. However, when you're exploring cabins looking for missing counselors or kids, or when you stumble upon Jason in the cabins, it's actually really creepy. I think that's one of my favorite NES tunes. I just like how low-key and menacing it is. It's nice and spooky. It's like that game Taboo the Sixth Sense. Terrible game, but music's great. So that's one of those cool little spooky themes. And they have some great ideas for the gameplay concepts. It's too bad the mechanics aren't up to snuff on it. And of course, the unintended hero of this game is Purple and Blue Jason. I mean, look how cute he is, just running around. It's like he's wearing like those little blue hospital scrubs, you know, so he doesn't, you know, get his shoes all dirty. I mean, that's kind of thoughtful. Yeah, it's not a great game, and I'm not going to pretend that it is, despite my weird love for Purple and Blue Jason Voorhees. However, the Friday the 13th game that came out about a year or so back is actually a lot of fun, and they have Purple and Blue Jason Voorhees. So it's like all the best of it combined. Even though I'm devoting an entire video to Friday the 13th for the Nintendo Entertainment System, I'm not going to tell you this is a good game because it is not. There's some novelty value to this game, which I think is more of a curiosity look. Friday the 13th for the NES is definitely a game I can simultaneously not recommend, but also say check it out. Some cool concepts that never got realized. When you do run into Jason inside the cabin, there's a cool punch-out style mechanic trying to fight with Jason. Obviously, he's impossibly hard. You can't kill Jason, not ever, not really. It makes for a cheap boss, but at least it makes sense within the world. When I started the Knights of Horrorween concept, I couldn't help but give a little love to one of the worst games I've ever played, because I appreciate it for what it tried to be. Until next time, take care.